Balladus Orcanus. Alrighty guys, Vio here, and we've got the first episode on this channel. So the first new video on this channel is going to be the first episode of a manager career mode, and we're going to be going with Bolton. Bolton Wanderers are in the NPL Championship as of FIFA 13, if you didn't know, so it's going to be really good. My plans for this series is to get these guys up into the Premiership, up into European football, and get them winning Champions League and stuff like that over a few seasons. So just let me take this headset off. And you'll probably hear my chair squeaking. It's really annoying. Can't do too much about that, sorry guys. But these episodes are going to be split up in monthly installments. So what we're going to be doing is the first month's going to be July, so there's going to be a lot of transfers, and there's going to be a few friendly games at the end and stuff like that. So and the next month we're going to obviously be August, September, and stuff like that, as so on and so on. So August is going to have maybe a few more transfers and stuff like that, because the window is still open until the 31st of August, and then you've got deadline day and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. I'm really excited about this series. It's going to be really fun. Balladus Orcanus, that's me, and all these first bits, anything that's not in a game is going to be sped up ×2, just because of this episode. It's going to be 15 minutes already by itself, otherwise it would have been fucking near 25 minutes or something like that. So I wanted to sort of steer away from the long episodes. So right here I'm just putting the loan list and the transfer list of some of the players that we don't really need too much. What I like doing in manager career modes is I like having a starting 11 and then a backup 11. So in case, I like rotating those. So we've got, everyone knows that most of the cup games and stuff like that, with all the games, you can play a game every 4 days or something like that, depending on whether you're playing in sort of FA Cups and stuff like that. So I like to have a backup squad or backup player for every position. And what I like doing is playing with the first squad, and then if I've got a game 4 days later and they're all not fit, I rotate the whole 11 out and play with the secondary squad. Maybe it's not the best way of doing it, but that's how I like doing it. So that's what we're going to be doing, and we're transfer listing some of the older players, or some of the players that I don't think are really going to help the club too much. So we just want to try and get their wages off the books, try and get some money in for them, and buy some younger players and stuff like that. And the loan players are going to be the players that are a bit younger, that still might help the squad, that still might come back and do some work for the squad, or that might just benefit from going out on loan for a season. So there's a few of those players, and we do plan on bringing a lot of young players in. So what I like doing is bringing young players in, building them up, and getting some really good potential raising, getting some really good overall ratings up over the years. So that's what we're going to try and do, get some young players in and do the work that we can do. So this is going to be all the transfer listing and loan listing. It's just about to end, and we go on and we want a player in pretty much nearly each position. But the first player we want is a centre back. We want a nice quick centre back, and Tommy Smith fits that bill perfectly. He's from Ipswich Town, so we go in and put an inquiry in for him. We put an inquiry in for a left back, Aidan White. He looks like he's going to be a really quick left back, not the strongest, but he looks really quick. And Video looks like a really quick, nice ball control on him. Just a nice right mid that we can put as our starting right mid. And I wanted a backup left mid to back up Lee, so I put an inquiry in for Elton. Just in he's got the 5-star skills. He's got a nice rocket on him. And I also put a bid in for Benazet down the bottom there. So I got a couple of choices for a backup left mid, just to back up Lee in case he gets tired or whatever. So that's some exciting stuff. I plan on having people fight for positions and stuff like that. That's the way you want your football clubs to run. Have so many players that people fight for positions. That's competition breeds success. That's all it is. And I decided to go in and put an inquiry in for Adrian. So he's a really young, highly rated Brazilian player from Flamengo in the Brazilian league. It looks like he's going to be a really good player going forward. So put an inquiry in for him. Not sure whether I'm going to use him if I get him as a starting player or a backup. But we put an inquiry in for Vitinho. He looks like he could be a backup striker if we end up getting him. And Timu Puki is another player that I rate really highly. He's just got an inform card not long ago in FIFA Ultimate Team. So I decided to go and put in a loan deal for him. I probably can't afford him as a player, but I go and put in a loan deal for him. So we get a response for Adrian. They want a lot of money for him. I don't have that much money, so we decided to go and put a loan deal in for him as well. The Elton inquiry and the Mariappa inquiries don't really benefit us too much. Elton was too much, and Mariappa was they didn't allow us to anyway. So we ignore those two. They were just secondary choices. We decided to put a loan deal in for Vitinho. Sorry, looks like it could be a really good backup striker. And Benazet we really want as our backup left mid to back up Lee, as I said. So we decided to put a bid in plus a player. That's the one thing that FIFA 13 has done really well. A really good implementation into the career mode game is you can put cash plus player deals. So we decided to put a mil plus Zat Knight, who we're not going to use too much. He's a really slow centre back. He's really old, so we're not going to use him too much. We decided to put a bid in here for Video. He could be our starting right mid by the look of him. He looks really solid. 4-star skills on him as well. So we decided to put in a 1.7 mil plus Ricketts. So moving further down the list, we've got Aiden White is the left back that we really wanted to go after. They wanted 1.4 mil for him. I decided I didn't really want to go that far for him, so I decided to put 900,000 just to see what the club would do. They might come back with more, but Congolo could be a backup centre back, but I decided against that. So we go after Tommy Smith as our main centre back. So he could be a really good partner with Tim Ream. Both got about the same sort of 73-74 pace, around about that. And both look like really young, really solid centre backs. So a mil plus Davies is a nice bid for him. And we get a couple of replies from clubs. Pookie we do get on loan from Schalke, and Vitinho we get on loan from Botafogo. So a striker and a backup striker there, can't really go wrong with that. Pookie looks like he could be a really good player going forward in this career mode series. And Real Betis, we get a contract transfer offer, accepted by the club for Video. So we just got to work out the contract for Video. We do I do a few contract offers for him, but we'll get on that a little bit later on. Tommy Smith, we put a contract offer in for him. The club accepts our deal, so we're trying to get him. He's going to be a really good signing, I think, if we get Tommy Smith in. And Adrian, we accept the loan deal from Flamengo. He could be a really good centre attacking mid. And Benazet, they've accepted the deal for Benazet, so hopefully we can get him as well as our backup left mid. And we put the transfer or the contract offer in for him. And Leeds do accept our deal for Aiden White, but we don't actually have the salary remaining at that time to put the bid in. So we leave that go for a little bit. Might come back to him later to see how we go. It just depends if we can get the cash into the club at the point. But we put another bid in for Video, and at the time I was thinking he was going to be my backup right mid, but he was actually meant to be the starting right mid, so I should have just been going straight out for him to be a first team player, not just a squad rotation player. So I do end up putting a lot of contract offers in for him. But as you can see, here's another one. So a couple of contract offers just before from a couple of other players, but Video we come back to another declining contract offer. We will eventually try and put a starting 11 player, like a crucial first team member, in for him. And we'll see how that goes a little bit later on. But Benazet has accepted our contract offer, so that is a nice backup left mid to have behind Lee in case Lee gets a little bit tired. So it's going to be really exciting. Both of those players, Lee and Benazet, both right-footed, and they both have 3-star skills, I think. So you can do the rollouts, can cut in on from the left onto the right foot, and rocket the ball. So it's going to be really exciting. And Aiden White, we put another bid in for Aiden White. It took a little bit too long, so we put another 900,000 bid in to see if Leeds accept that. They might come back with a little bit more because we sort of let their other deal run out. The club pulled out last time, so hopefully they don't want too much more if they do come back with that. But as you can see here, they want 1.4 mil, I think. So we decided against that. We don't want to pay 1.4 mil for him. We decided to go in and see if we have any other players that they might like. So we put a 600,000 bid in plus Kamara. So Video rejects another contract. As I was saying, there's a lot of contract offers here for Video. And sorry if I'm talking really fast. This is all in times 2 to try and make the episode a little bit shorter. So I'll try and keep up with it as best I can. And the Leeds do not accept that deal for Aiden White. They don't like Kamara as a player, so we decided to try and see if we can put in another player in Kamara's place. Another player they don't really want is Kevin Davies, a striker. Been a good striker in his day, but he's just too slow these days. We can't really use him too much. So 800,000 plus Kevin Davies to see if Leeds want to accept that. But we go on into the first friendly against Atalanta. And Atalanta is a very nice squad, so they've got some very nice players. Dennis is amazing. He's their main striker. He's going to be a little bit of a terror to me in this game, but you'll see that coming up. Sordell gets the ball right at the start of the game though, cuts back inside and puts it past the keeper into the far post in the 5th minute, makes it 1-0 to us. So it's a very good start to the game, but it sort of turned south from here. So I make a mistake here with Lonigan as he's our backup keeper behind Bogdan. but just an amazing mistake here. It's just terrible. Dennis takes the ball, punches our mistake, puts it straight under Lonigan, can do absolutely nothing about it. Carmona here with great strength past our defender, gives it to Dennis, and he puts it through. Nice finesse shot into the far corner for the 2-0 lead for them. And Carmona here busts through again. Nice save by Lonigan, but it does go out for a corner. So it's going to be Bonaventura who's about to whip in a corner, and it's going to be Dennis again that meets it and heads it straight past the keeper, makes it 3-1 to them. Dennis gets his hat-trick, and Sordell doing some work up the right-hand side, cuts back in, tries to finesse shot past the keeper, bounces back out to Vitinho, so our new player gets on the score sheet, so it's really exciting stuff. Makes it 3-2, but unfortunately that's how it ends. So a few positives we can take out of that game is Vitinho and Sordell both got some goals, and Lonigan wasn't too bad. But that was pretty much our backup team. What I like doing is the backup team for the first, because we've got 3 friendlies, backup, main, backup for the friendlies. That's the order I like doing it. And we get a bid here from Crystal Palace for Marvin Sordell, and I decide he's a very, very good player. We want to keep him, so I put the what do we call it? I put the reply in for 4 million instead of the 3 or so that they wanted, or the 2.5 mil that they wanted. So we'll see how they take that. And Video here, again rejecting the contract. We will just letting you know, we will eventually get Video. It's just I was messed up with the contract. I initially thought he was going to be the backup, but he will be our crucial first team player. So we'll see how that goes. And we'll see how that goes a little bit later on in the episode as we move into the second friendly against Wolfsburg. So this is going to be our main sort of team that we've got at the moment. So these are our starting 11 at the moment. We've still got a few players that we're looking at signing. But Pookie gets the ball here from Eagles, passes it back over the top, and Eagles with a beautiful finish in the far post. And does it absolutely beautifully. Brilliant goal here. Adrian doing some great work here. Passes it to Ngog, but Solbauer is tugging on him. He tries to get the turn, but he ends up getting the penalty. Solbauer just a little bit too strong on Ngog there. I feel I would have got the turn and put it away anyway. But we decided to give this penalty to our best penalty taker, which is Lee. So I was just making sure here that Lee was actually in fact the best penalty taker. But Lee does make it 2-0 here in the 39th minute, sorry. So very, very good start for us. And going on to the second half, Pookie with the ball across to Ngog, Ngog with a nice through ball. Pookie using his pace. He's only got about 82 or 83 pace, but he uses it well. And a beautiful finish with his wrong foot with the near post. 50th minute makes it 3-0. So Pookie doing beautiful work there. And another over-the-top ball to Pookie. Cuts back inside, back out, and rockets it into the far post. So it's a beautiful finish by Pookie. 59th minute, 4-0. Second goal for him. Beautifully done there. And Adrian holds the ball up very well here and go with another over-the-top through ball over to Pookie. Cuts back inside. The defender is completely done, and Pookie rockets it into the far post for the 69th minute hat-trick. Cannot really go wrong. This guy's an absolutely standout player. And Pookie gets the ball from Sordell, passes a through ball through, back to Sordell, rockets it past the keeper at the near post. So Pookie with 3 goals and an assist with a 6-0 victory here, guys. So that's how we want to play our friendly matches. So that's Pookie with a 9.8 rating, plays very, very well. And we get the reply from Crystal Palace about Sordell. They want 3 point. They put their bid up from 2.5 to 3.1 mil. But I decided I want to stick at the 4 mil. If they want him, they can come and get him at 4 mil. And Aiden White accepts that deal, so we get Aiden White as our left back. So that's really exciting stuff. And Video here eventually accepts our bid as well, so we get Video as well. And that's pretty much all the transfers we need. So Crystal Palace say they don't really want Sordell at 4 mil, so that's their loss. We get to keep him. And we'll go on to the third friendly against Morecambe FC. So. This is going to be our backup team sort of thing. We put Lee in. Actually, no, I stick with the starting team pretty much, I think. Lee with a beautiful turn and finish after 23 minutes, makes it 1-0. And you can't really go wrong with that. He's an absolute beastie player. And Ngog here passes it, cuts back inside, passes it to Lee. And the beautiful acceleration, the turn of pace there, off the post, off the back of the keeper, and in the 69th minute for 2-0. So Lee playing absolutely amazing in this game. And we do have a corner here. So Eagles whips it in. And Big Tommy Smith, the new signing centre-back, does absolutely brilliant. Gets up, puts the header in to make it 3-0 after 73 minutes. And that's how that game will end, guys. So we've got a 3-2 loss, a 6-0 win, and a 3-0 win. So overall, not too bad in the pre-season friendlies. Some decent enough start. And as you can see here, this is going to be what I'll show you at the end of each episode. We've got, this is the season 1, so they're all the players that we've got. The Greens at the club, Blues at the club on loan, and Orange is loaned out and Red is sold. So that's how it goes. And then in the numbers in their boxes are how many goals they've scored in this month. So Eagles has got 1, Lee's got 3, Pookie's got 3, Tommy Smith got 3, Marvin Sordell got 2, and Vitinho got 1 as well. So Pookie and Lee both with 3 goals, going huge. And at the end of each episode, I'm going to put the goal of the month, and at the end of the year, I'll put all those goal of the months and rate the goal of the year. So coming up right now is going to be the goal of the month for this goal, as picked by me. So I hope you guys enjoy this. This is VO signing off.
Well, this could be a chance. Good ball. Brilliant. And it's a headed effort at goal. And it's in! The header! Great goal!